Hi everyone and welcome to Sim Racing Revolution. My name is John. In today's video we're going to play Assetto Corsa Competizione on the PS5. So there's a PS5 update coming out for Assetto Corsa Competizione because this is really the PS4 version of the game that you're going to see today. But later this month, this is February of 2022, so I believe it's February 24th, they're expected to release an update that's going to bring this game up to kind of PS5 standards, or at least getting it closer to the PC release version. What we can expect to see is updated graphics, faster frame rate, all that good stuff that comes along with it. And of course all the liveries and stuff like that that's been in the game on PC. So looking forward to that, and so I figured we'd play a little bit of ACC on the PS5 today and see how that goes. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay folks, and welcome back. So as you can see, we are booting up ACC right now on the PS5. And yeah, it's version 1.7.2. And so it's a little bit behind, but the next update coming out for this is supposed to bring it up to date. So that would be great. And you will notice, actually, what you will see in the output here really doesn't look too bad. But what I'm playing on is a 55-inch OLED, TV, and you can definitely tell it's a PS4 game as opposed to a PS5 game. So, but the goal here is to just kind of play and figure out how this really is. So while this is going, I'm actually going to turn on this other camera here as well. Okay, so you can see me. So I wanted to go over on the steering wheel itself, kind of what's going on here with my setup on the Fanatic. So let's kind of jump ahead here and just keep it here for now so we don't have all that noise going on. So I just wanted to go through the settings on my steering wheel here, and this is the Fanatic Podium PS4 version, or the PlayStation version, the F1 PlayStation version. It's the DD1 basically, with this awesome Fanatic F1 wheel. So what I'm going to do is just go through here real quick, and this is what I have for the settings on setting 1. So I have the sensitivity set at 480 degrees of rotation because I am using the McLaren in here, and that's what the McLaren has, and so that's what I set it to. The next one is force feedback. I have that set to 45, so you can kind of play with that. The Fanatic website kind of recommends 38, but I thought that was a little weak, so I boosted it up, and I haven't actually tried it yet at that, so we might mess with that a little bit more. Force feedback scale is at peak. Dampening is at 38. So basically all the rest of the settings are what you'd find on Fanatic's website under their recommendations for this game on the PS4. So that's what I set it to, so I won't go through all of it. But anyway, I wanted to kind of get that out there so you knew, because we're going to go through the settings in the game here and just kind of show you guys what I set it to there, and then we'll turn a couple laps. So let's go back to the full screen here and go into the game. So everything on the or on the steering wheel here, all the buttons are the PS4, PS5 buttons, so it's really easy to navigate through everything we need. What I want to do is go into the options though and show you guys the controls that I have set to. So here we are, driving controls. We're at the steering wheel. We have gain set to 60%. And now these are strictly the Fanatic recommended settings. And so gain is 60, minimum force is 0, dynamic dampening or damping is 100%, road effects are 0, steer lock is 1080, 100% scale, linearity is at 1, brake gamma is at 1, dead zones are set to 0, and the Fanatic pedal rumble, which actually does work, is turned on. So very cool stuff. Now over on control bindings, you can see that we have everything set, and that's kind of by default it just kind of detects it that way. So I didn't mess with any of that stuff. So let's get out of here. Let's see, anything else I want to go over here? I didn't change anything else over here. So everything that you're going to hear and see is kind of default on this. Now, I did go into single player and I set up a single player practice. So if we go in and check that out, so we are to practice, we're at the Nürburgring in Germany, and we are racing on the McLaren 720S GT3. So that's what I have the setup on the car kind of set to. So we're going to see how this goes. The weather is set to just clear, nothing crazy going on. Our realism is set to expert. And assists, I'm not sure why it says custom. Manual gearbox, we have automatic engine start, automatic wipers, automatic lights, and automatic pit limiter. We do have stability control on, and we do have our ideal line on, although we can probably hide that. So let's go back and start our session and see what this looks like. So you're going to notice, if you're at all familiar with the PC version, this is almost identical. Actually, it kind of is identical. Although the navigation stuff is a little different down on the bottom. But that's about it. So we can go into setup, we can go into options. If we go into setup here, we can do our normal setup, we can do our wet setup, safe, all that kind of good stuff. So let's go back. We're not going to set up anything unusual here. And let's go into the drive. So here we are. Now I do have some notchiness in this wheel, which is kind of odd, but let's see how we do here. Pedal works, and boy, there is some vibration in the pedal, so that's very cool. Now my screen is actually very grainy, and there is some, you know, needs some anti-aliasing because it is kind of choppy in areas. But that was kind of cool. So I'm going to try to explain. Like, the force feedback is actually working pretty darn good on here. Now, is it the same as what it is on PC? No, it's not as good. I will say it's not as good. It doesn't have the same fidelity, I guess you could say. So I'm really anxious to see if the update maybe fixes some of that, or maybe if that's a PS5 limitation. I'm not sure as to how much fidelity you can get out of the force feedback. But everything works, and even the shift lights work. And actually, I thought I turned off the ideal line. Guess not. Maybe I didn't apply something. Anyway, the shift lights work, the flag lights work, the speed, you have a display for the speed, and every time you do a gear change, it does not show up of what gear you're in. But that's kind of nitpicking because this is a console game after all. Whoa, that kind of got away from me a bit there. So I don't think that was a fluke kind of thing. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of get through there that everything on the steering wheel is working the way it should. So that's very cool. Let me turn on the main camera here and see if I'm blocking. I'm not really blocking anything. So I just wanted to let you know that it all works really good. Now, I don't know, when I turn the wheel, I'm getting kind of this notchiness whenever I turn it. Although the rotation is exactly what it is in the game. So what I have it set to, is what I looked up online actually to see what the actual car, you know, the steering setup was like, and the game does match it. So good on Kunos for getting that right. Although this is their kind of game, so they should get it right. All right, so let's get out of here. And what I want to do is hitting the wrong button. What I want to do is get out of here and let's set up a race and see what the racing is actually like on here, because that's something that, you know, we've been doing on the PC version of the game, is trying to get you know, kind of a you know, our rating up a little bit, so our safety rating up a little bit. So we're going to try to do that here too. We're going to do a quick race of only like 10 minutes. Or actually, that's the day-night cycle. Let's see. We want it... Yeah, let's do it at... So that's the morning hours here. We'll do like in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Race length 10 minutes. Okay, we did that. Starting position, we're going to start off in the middle of the crowd here. So we'll start off in 10th position. Opponent skill, of course, we're going to turn that down to like 80. And aggressiveness, we'll turn that down to 80 as well. Single make. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just trying this out. So let's have multiple cars in there, multiple different manufacturers and stuff. So, all right, let's confirm these choices. And now we're in quick race mode. So let's see, we're at the Nürburgring still. We're still in our McLaren. We're not changing anything else. We're just going to try a race and see how this works out for us. So let's do this. And I'm not sure if we're going to have to do the lap. I don't know if I've ever raced in this version of the game. I don't think I have. So as you can see, it's pretty much exactly like the PC version. So let's start our race and see if we're going to have to do a...
Stay double file.
Yep, we are. We're going to have to do just a lap around here first, and then we'll start our race. So yeah, it is pretty blurry.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Oh, wow. So we're not going around the whole lap like we do in the PC version of the game. I wonder if that's a setting.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. 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 Car on the right. Clear on the right.
So yeah, basically this is pretty much exactly like the PC version. The only thing I would say is, yeah, really the graphics and the force feedback. Although the force feedback isn't bad by any stretch. I've played games on console that have terrible force feedback.
Car on the left.
Oh, we got kind of a faster car there next to us.
Clear on the left.
Oh, little tap there. Let them know I'm there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, we've got to catch the first place guy. We've got, well, we've got plenty of time. Okay, so I was sliding there, and the force feedback is enough.
Car on the left. Clear on the
That
left.
force feedback is enough for me to be able to tell that I was slipping there and corrected myself, so. Yeah, it's pretty good. But I would suggest boosting it up from the recommended settings by Fanatic. That 38% just doesn't really do it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Yeah, their aggressive level is pretty weak, I guess. But it makes the racing more fun, right?
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Now you got to remember too, this is only running at 30 frames a second. That was likely what the original, well, what this version of the game runs at. So we'll be able to have higher resolution graphics and much better frame rate at 60 frames a second. And of course, when that patch comes out, you'll see it on here. Definitely do a video the day that that's released. And maybe the PS5 or the console in general will be a viable platform for sim racing other than just like Gran Turismo.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job.
That is so cool how the car slides and you can feel it in the wheel kind of and when the tires are gripping. It's kind of odd feeling. I don't even know if I've felt that on the PC version of the game, so maybe that's maybe not supposed to be doing that. But it felt cool. switch over to the screen capture there for you so you can see the full screen. I think this will be the final lap here. Bad shifting pretty much this whole race, but and this will be our final lap. There we go. All right, so that is our final lap for this. There we go. So yeah, so as you can see on here, it's basically you know, really the same thing that we get on the PC. I mean, it's pretty much a one-to-one. The only thing is it's not up to date, so they need to bring it up to date. They need to improve these graphics. They need to improve the frame rate a little bit. But although all those things are true, I still had a really good experience with it. I thought the force feedback felt good. Is it as good as the PC version? No, but is it good enough? Yes, and it's probably better than any other racing game that's out on console, arguably, I guess I should say. So yeah, very cool. So yeah, so you can see here's how I did in today's race. So we did 5 laps, so nothing too crazy here. So if we quit out of here, as soon as I figure out what buttons I'm supposed to be pushing. And we can go and check out my driver info here. Let's get into that and see if we have any rating or anything, which we do not. And let's see, how to improve. The pace rating indicator can improve. All right, so I don't have any kind of rating yet. So I believe we have to probably race a little bit more. Let me go into multiplayer here and see what it tells me. Ah, okay, so there are no public multiplayer servers to join. Competition server, the IGTC add-on is required to join. Visit the PlayStation Store to purchase. So that is something we're probably going to need to do if we want to get into the competition server. So this, though, I would think, be able to join a public multiplayer. And let's see what kind of comes up here, because I'm actually not sure. Oh, it did bring me into a server. So there is some qualifying going on. I don't think we're going to do this just because, but we are able to get into this. And it does give you your ping and all that, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe that's something else they need to patch, because it told me if we go into multiplayer, so now it says no servers available, but then it says quick join. Oh, the quick join, maybe there's no servers available. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Let me try to go into server list here and see what kind of, there we go. So this is probably what, more or less what I'm looking to see. And yeah, you can see different races going on. The ping indicators on there. And, you know, I think this is pretty much the same as the rest of the, the game on PC as well. But you can see I do not have all the tracks there, so we would need to get the add-on packs to get all those tracks figured out. But yeah, it is available. We just need to do some updates and upgrades, so we'll probably wait until the actual game is released, or the update patch is released for the game. So so that's about it, really. That's all I really wanted to show you guys. This is on PS5. It's kind of the PS4 version of the game. And so anyway, we're going to disconnect here. We're going to come back and wrap this whole thing up. All right, thanks a lot. Hi everyone, this is John, and we are back, and I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it was, maybe not terribly interesting, but to have ACC on the PS5, and gonna have it updated real soon, so it'll be, updated graphics and all the stuff I talked about. And then hopefully that'll bring it up even a little bit more, because as it is right now, it's a pretty enjoyable game. It's a great sim. It's pretty darn close to the PC version, and those updates will just make it a lot better. So looking forward to that and getting that done. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please subscribe and smash that like button. That really does help out a lot. And hit the bell icon so you know when future videos are coming out. And so that just about does it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. This is John at Sim Racing Revolution. Keep sim racing. Bye-bye.